Leader, I find myself wanting to agree with most of what Senator Chambers said this morning. We do need a debate here on childcare. There is not a family, particularly in cities, that's not finding it extremely difficult. And I want to compliment you on the conference on women's health. Maybe some of my younger male colleagues might do something similar for males. I'm a bit over the hill myself, but I compliment you for it. The bit about Mayo, I can just about stomach that. So we'll get over that. Leader, we're coming into a time when Minister McGrath is going to have to deal with public service pay. And my former colleagues in the Defence Forces, PD Fora and RACO, have now both balloted their members and both want to be allowed to affiliate with Congress. I believe that it is imperative that the Minister for Defence engages with both immediately. And let's put this thing to bed for once and for all. It's going on for far, far too long. On the issue of our refugees coming from Ukraine, there are a couple of issues that we need to address and address urgently. The initial support for refugees coming from Ukraine is beginning to find cracks coming into the system. And while Minister O'Brien is doing a tremendous job and all of the other cabinet members are rolling in behind that to get the job done, there is resentment now building up in two areas that I'm being contacted about. One is those who are coming from other countries where there is war, Afghanistan, Yemen, Syria, and they're not being treated in the same way. And it has been suggested to me that there's a form of racism now finding its way into our system. And this is something we must be very careful of. And the other one is the young people in Ireland who cannot get into housing. They are now beginning to say, how come this can happen for them and it can't happen for me? So I think we need to have much more explanation. People need to be made aware of exactly what's going on. The sympathy wanes very, very quickly in this world, and I think we all know that. Now, I've been on the border, and I know my colleague Senator Dooley has been out there, and by God, if you've been out there, the sympathy wouldn't wane. But that's not the point. And the other thing I hear today is that we're bringing military barracks back into service. I don't know how many of them we have left. I think we flogged off most of them. The ones we didn't flog off, we let them go into rack and ruin. I know Mullingar is a prime example of a place that's available and should be used. I don't know what the situation in Castlebar Barracks is, whether it's gone. I mean, it was in poor repair anyway. Longford, I think, belonged to Longford County Council, but, you know, we need to explain to people and we need to prepare any barracks we have around the country. But sadly, there's a lesson that we can never forget, and that is selling off assets that we may find we'll need at some stage in the future. We need to rethink that as we go through life in the future. So I'll leave it at that at this stage, and thank you, Leader, and thank you, Cathal.